Alright, welcome to Canadian Tire here for race number 7 on the season for the Sonic Cup Series.
Drivers,
Get
to your
Kevin
cars.
Logs here on pole position here with Chase Elliott on his outside. But we go back through the rear, big upset here by William Byron's. Really a terrible qualifying from the 24 team here. The only driver he did beat is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Drive.
And so for part-time drivers here at Canadian Tire, Jack Woods, the only part-time driver to get disqualified from this race. Or did not qualify. He did not qualify. He was about 3/10 off pace. As we go through, we got Will Rogers starting pretty far back. Sage Graham, part-time driver here. Bubba Wallace also starting pretty far back here. Ollie Waldo. Got Sam Jones, Daniel Hemrick, Sammy Smith. We have Riley Herbst, Joseph Newgarden, part-timer. Justin Haley, Kyle Busch, Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher, Lewis Hamilton starting pretty far up on the board. Michael McDowell, Haley Deegan, Tyler Reddick, Todd Gilliland, Jordan Taylor is a part-time driver starting pretty far up also. Kyle Larson, we got Noah Gregson, Myatt Snyder, Carson Hocevar, Christopher Bell, Josh Berry, nearing your top 10 here. Of Ty Gibbs, Joey Logano. And entering your top 10 here, Seth Heyman will start 10th position. Ross Chastain in the 9th position. 8th position goes to Rambo Stevens on his final season here in the Sonic Cup Series. Eric Jones on his inside. And starting in 6th place, Denny Hamlin. 5th place going to Anthony Alfredo. Ryan Blaney takes the 4th position. Daniel Suarez, the 3rd. Chase Elliott, your 2nd, and Kevin Logs on pole position here as we get ready to go green for 51 laps here. There will only be one caution. Actually, no, wrong. There is 2 cautions. 2 stages here. Stage 1 being a 12-lap shootout. Stage 2 going all the way to lap 30. And then they race to the end from there. Caution's very unlikely with it being a road course. The Xfinity race was a 1-2 watch. Let's come out of the final turn. We are green here, Canadian Tire. That outside, getting a good jump there. See how Kevin Logs handles the inside here. He gets through. Still side by side with Elliott as Elliott now on the inside for turn number 2. Kevin Logs managing that outside here through the long turn 2 carousel. And he will take the lead out of the carousel. Chase Elliott falls to 2nd in that, and here comes Daniel Suarez in the 3rd position, battling Ryan Blaney. Denny Hamlin in that 5th position. Anthony Alfredo battling him for here through the slowest section of the track as we enter the straightaway. The long straightaway to the front stretch. Elliott taking a peek. Guess where you're going to see the moves is through that slowest section on the track, and then coming in through here. A lot of moves made through that section. But lap 1 is going to go to Kevin Logs out of the final corner here at Canadian Tire. So that's all from qualifying there. A single filed out. Kevin Logs trying to pull away from the rest of the field here. Top 5 able to really pull away from the rest of the field. A little bit of a gap back to Eric Jones in the 6th position. Ross Chastain 8th. Rambo Stevens keeping it in the top 10. While Joe Logano is 10th after winning the last race at Portland. Seth Heyman, your road course ringer. One of the road course ringers in 11th. Followed by Josh Berry. And through the slowest section of the track here, no moves made near the top 3. Anthony Alfredo getting a little bit of action on his inside from Eric Jones. Now going to dive to the inside and try to take over that 4th position. Anthony Alfredo on the inside of Ryan Blaney here. Just barely putting a nose there. Now he's going to dive back behind Ryan Blaney, entering the last 3 turns here. We're behind them. Rambo Stevens making up a position here on Ross Chastain. Joe Logano trying to follow him through. Denny Hamlin trying to put a move on Eric Jones further up in the 7th and 6th position. On the inside for turn number 1, he's going to nearly get by there. He's on the outside for turn 2. That seems to be a pretty good deal here. On the outside of turn 2, does get a lot of momentum. He does almost clear Eric Jones here as we're in turn 3. And clear of Eric Jones, there it is. 6th position is to Denny Hamlin now as we go back up front for the slowest section of the track, the uphill hairpin. Kevin Logs still trying to pull away from Chase Elliott here as we go down the straightaway. Got further back, Ryan Blaney. Move further inside for the long straightaway. Ty Gibbs 14th. Noah Gragson 15th right now. So into the last few corners, it's still going to be Kevin Logs to lead the first 3 laps here at Canadian Tire. He's looking for 2nd win on the season after winning at Rockingham. A big jump back for this driver here. Was originally racing for Dodge before going to Penske. When he was at Dodge, he was pretty successful. He started out successful at Penske, but in the past couple seasons, it's just been a downfall at Penske for him. This season, coming back to his own team to race for Dodge yet again, and he is taking charge here as one of the fastest drivers this season. Big championship threat. Go back to the long straight. That is Anthony Alfredo looking to the inside of Ryan Blaney yet again. but we are now coming down to finish the first 5 laps. That is nearly halfway through the stage. We're about to go for that. For the second position, Daniel Suarez taking a peek to the right side of Chase Elliott. Can he make this pass? He is side by side as we get towards the last 3 corners of the track, of the lap here. Nearly door to door. He enters on the inside, tries to push Elliott wide into the corner. Elliott stays side by side, entering the second and final corner. Daniel Suarez is going to have the inside for this final corner. He's going to take that second position. Elliott under battle from Ryan Blaney now, as he is now stuck on the outside for turn 1 and stuck on the inside for turn 2. He is going to fall a few positions here, it seems. He's going to lose the position to Daniel Suarez easily on the front straightaway. Ryan Blaney around the outside, turn number 2. He's going to take that position. He's got Anthony Alfredo right behind him. He's pushing him out of the way. Elliott under pressure, losing multiple positions here. About to fall back to 5th if Anthony Alfredo gets around him here. Alfredo looking to the inside here on the slowest section. He is going to be clear. Mistake from Elliott coming out of the slow section. That's going to lose him a position. Eric Jones behind is just about to try and take a pass on Danny Hamlin on the straightaway here. Keep it side by side, entering the third to last corner. Eric Jones is going to fall behind Danny Hamlin. Not going to make that move. Daniel Suarez is now trying to chase after Kevin Logs, who has a nearly 2-second lead on him. And it is a 2-second lead now. He's got Ryan Blaney behind him. Matthew Alfredo behind Ryan Blaney. Elliott fell back to 5th. Hamlin still 6th. Eric Jones 7th. Remember, Stevens in the 8th position. Ross Chastain is 9th. 10th is Joey Logano. And rounding out your pack is 11th of Seth Heyman. Josh Berry is trying to stick with the pack here in the 12th position. He is not too far behind, but is losing the pack. Should not have the draft from the pack at this point. For the back behind him, leading the rest is Ty Gibbs. Side by side behind him, Noah Gragson and Eric Jones. Kyle Larson behind them, and his team, not his teammate, Carson Hocevar in the 17th position behind them. But going through the long straightaway here, Eric Jones is under attack by Rambo. Rambo is looking like he's going to get that pass made up front. Nothing has changed. As we watch that Rambo, he pushes Eric Jones wide. Eric Jones going to lose that position. It is Rambo Stevens to the 7th position here. And Eric Jones might lose the position here to Ross Chastain. He does. Ross Chastain is going to move up to the 8th position following Rambo Stevens. So Eric Jones losing a few positions there. We are nearing the end of stage 1 here. So we'll go back to the straightaway here. It's Anthony Alfredo putting the attack on Ryan Blaney for the 3rd position now. Denny Hamlin behind is trying to make a pass on Chase Elliott for the 5th position, but Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Blaney going to be side by side entering the 3 final corners here. And Anthony Alfredo pushing Ryan Blaney wide in that final corner. Anthony Alfredo in a good position here on the right side. You really want to be on that right side entering turn 1. Because you get the bottom in turn 1, which is just so good. No, not too much momentum for the outside out of turn 1. But turn 2, that outside really shows. Being a left-hand turn on the right side, you just get that momentum and fly off. Exactly what happens there. Now Ryan Blaney is under attack by Chase Elliott and multiple cars behind him. If they manage to get to the right side of Ryan Blaney, he could lose possibly 4+ positions here. Kevin Logs up to about a 2.5-second lead here at Canadian Tire. We look back now, Elliott back under attack by Denny Hamlin is gonna be a pass for Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has now cleared Elliott. And further back, you got Seth Heyman making a pass on Eric Jones. That is for the 9th position. Seth Heyman known for his terrible qualifying. And then making it up in the middle of the race and being there at the end. Especially for those road courses. And Kevin Logs is out to over a 2.5-second lead. That is all gonna be raced here in just a couple laps. Lap 12 being that white flag for the stage. Daniel Suarez, he is now trying to pull ahead of everyone else behind him. He's got about a 1-second gap to Anthony Alfredo in the 3rd position. Ryan Blaney fell back to the 4th position. Denny Hamlin is in 5th. Elliott 6th. Ross Chastain 7th. Rambo Stevens 8th. Seth Heyman 9th. Eric Jones 10th. Under attack from Joe Logano in 11th. And rounding out your pack here is the 12th place of Josh Berry, who has now caught the pack. So don't count Josh Berry out of a good finish here at Canadian Tire. Now Jackson is 13th, leading the rest of the pack, which is pretty separated. There's only about 5 cars in there before we go back. It seems about 5 cars per pack after the main pack. Check on last place. It's a bit of a battle there. Sage Graham, Bubba Wallace, William Byron not having a good race here either. Will Rogers not doing much. Kevin Logs out to a good lead with 2 to go in the stage. Anthony Alfredo is in 2nd now with a 3-second gap to the leader. Top 3 or 2nd through 4th. Pulling away from 5th place Denny Hamlin and Elliott behind. So now we enter the slow section of the track. We got one more time by this area. Got to make your last moves. The top 10 getting stage points here. Kevin Logs out to a comfortable lead, but that won't be there much longer. It's Alfredo. Big season for him. He is possibly the championship favorite here early in the season. Could change. Everything could change. Behind them, Rambo Stevens is actually making a couple moves. He is... Actually, Elliott has fallen a couple more positions. Got passed there by Ross Chastain and Rambo. He has now fell back to the 8th position. Caution is actually out. Look for a car with a lot of damage. That was not an expected caution. It's doesn't seem to be anyone up front. See no one in the rear that looked like they were up front. Okay, we're gonna go back to the pace car and figure this one out. Yep, it looks like it's in those final 3 corners. It must be in the final 3 corners. So the pace slide's turned on now, and here we go. We're going to go find out who caused this incident. Oh, we got Justin Newgarden off the track. Looks like he might have came to a stop. Looks like a battle between teammates in front of him of just Jordan Taylor and Justin Haley. He just got in the middle of it, tried to go, and looks... Jordan Taylor just coming back to the right. Looks like you thought he was going to be left a little bit more room. Actually, maybe it looks like Justin Newgarden might have gone wide, clipped him in the quarter panel. At that point, Jordan Taylor lucky to not get spun. But Justin Newgarden getting the hit of that into the tire barrier, which is never good in NR 2003. That is usually the end of your race if you hit that just hard enough. So he does come to a near stop on the track. Oh, and he is... That likely just ended his race there, hitting the pit barrier, trying to get into pit road. Actually, yeah, he's just trying to get in pit road. Hits the tire. He hits the barrels at the entrance of pit road. And toes. So the end of the race there for Justin Newgarden. We will now be under caution. And as it's expected, looks like about everyone is going to enter pit road. Everyone will enter pit road here. So we're going to go to our pit cameras. Try to get the best view we can. Doesn't look like anyone's stayed out yet. So now we need to go to a better camera. Try to get a view of everyone in pit road. Or at least the leaders. So we got up front here. Let's see under this caution. Will there be any changes? Alfredo a good stop, but not good enough to take the lead. Kevin Logs will keep the lead. Bit of contact back there in pit road as per usual. I think it's for his third. Looks like everyone... Actually, huge stops from 21st, 22nd. Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman now putting them right behind a couple cars that have been trying to chase and catch the pack. Mike Snyder had a good stop there too. Mike McDowell, Riley Herbst, Carson Hosfar moved way back. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. here. Very good pit stop from 36. So this is up to about 20th. So big gain there. Todd Gillen moved way back. '37th, Wally Waldo. And Haley Deegan went from 24th to dead last of the running cars. Pace lights are off here. That was the stage cautions. Now we are heading to lap 30. Longer stage here. So get a few laps of commentary before go radio silent for a little bit. So, single file, we go back to green here at Canadian Tire. At the Alfredo looking to the inside of Kevin Logs. That's going to be in great position to take the lead. Is Kevin Logs fast enough to actually run that inside here in turn 2 and keep the lead, though? Even with the momentum, let's see. It's going to be Anthony Alfredo. Yes, Anthony Alfredo is going to come out in front of Kevin Logs. Kevin Logs is now under attack. So now we get to find out, is Kevin Logs just that fast? Or does the leader just pull away here? So big moves under this restart. Kevin Logs loses the lead to Anthony Alfredo. Ross Chastain gets up to 4th after passing Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott made up a position, passing Ryan Blaney. Eric Jones just now making some moves, passing Joey Logano to take the top 10. No, Gragson passed Josh Berry that lap. Christopher Bell to 14th. Alex Bowman got to 15th there. Tyler Reddick moving back to 16th, Mike Snyder 17th. And we are side by side here with Ty Gibbs and Kyle Larson. Smoke! Elliott! Elliott! Up in smoke! That is almost certainly going to ring the caution out. Caution is out. Let's see what happened to Elliott here. Looks like a mechanical failure for one of your best when it comes to road courses. Yes, exiting turn 1, entering turn 2 at the top of the hill. Just up in smoke goes the 9. That is probably going to be the end of the day there for the number 9 team. One of the threats to win here today out early here, just after stage number 1. Never a good time to have a mechanical failure, because just those points on stage 2 can help you so much more even. And he's going to lose a lot of positions in the points with that finish here today. Early in the season. So Anthony Alfredo in the lead. Kevin Logs going to get another chance. He's going to get a chance to take the lead back here from Anthony Alfredo. We are going to be back around the time to go green. So we are going to have just a little over 10 laps here left to go. Let's go green. First stage number 2, back to green. And that's Anthony Alfredo up front. Can't come logs, get a good enough jump. He's going to be under attack there by Daniel Suarez now. He's losing positions on these restarts. Not good restarts for Kevin Logs. He is not very great at these single file restarts, but he might make the inside work in turn 2. He did make that inside work in turn 2. Daniel Suarez will not make the pass on him. Danny Hamlin in that 4th position. Ryan Blaney 5th. See, fastest lap going to go to the 14. I believe that is Ross Chastain. Who is nowhere up front. He must have pitted under that caution to see who actually... If Joe Logano is way back, Seth Heyman is way back, Eric Jones is way back, Josh Berry, Grant Boo. So it looks like there was definitely people up front that went to pit road that time under that caution. There he is. There's Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain in 21st. Trying to get his top 20 here now. So Anthony Alfredo, actually Dan Suarez has gotten to the 2nd position at this point now. So Kevin Logs has fell back to 3rd. Anthony Alfredo out to a pretty good lead here already. 2nd and 3rd, actually really good bump draft here down the straightaway. And Kevin Logs actually looking to make a move. No, he's just gonna stay tucked behind there. Daniel Suarez. That actually gained, I believe, quite a bit of time there on Anthony Alfredo. That was a great team effort to make up some time. That gained a whole 10th that lap on Anthony Alfredo. That's what it's going to take to catch him. It's just a team effort. You battle even a little bit, you're going to lose his draft. He's going to pull away. So chat here. Just check on the bottom of the leaderboard. Yes, valve incident on the number 9. Gonna put him out of the race. Here we go, onto the long straightaway once again. Kevin Logs not gonna make a move on Daniel Suarez. Not close enough to. So when we cross the line this time, as we tend to go in the stage. Let's see, they might have lost time there, and Anthony Alfredo that time. They did. Anthony Alfredo has about a 1-second lead. Daniel Suarez really made up some time there on Anthony Alfredo in those last couple laps. Getting very close. Something might be wrong with the number 51. Top 5 now pretty close with each other. Behind that, it's a pretty big pack. Almost an incident waiting to happen there. Through the long straightaway at the Alfredo. Seemed to pull away a little bit from Daniel Suarez that time. See if Daniel Suarez can take a little bit time back here in this last section of the track. It is just over a half second lead for Anthony Alfredo that time. Top 3 have really pulled away from everyone else. Kevin Law is really just doing his best right now to try and keep within sight of these two. Because if they start battling, he could get right there, take that lead. So it looks like Anthony Alfredo trying. He is really pushing. Oh, got a lot of dirt. Caution is out. Ross Chastain in pit road. Ooh, Eric Jones. I'm not Eric Jones. That is Christopher Bell in pit road also. Huge incident here. We got the number 6, Chris Buescher, also heavily involved. Once again, it's in that third to last corner. Ow, hard hit for the 14 and the 6. See, Bell was also involved. How was Bell involved here? We gotta rewind to check this out. So Bell doesn't look like he was involved here. Maybe. Oh yes, a later incident with Eric Jones. Looks like he pushed Eric Jones out wide here. Eric Jones comes back and into the tire barrier for the 43. Oh, we got a couple more cars here. Oh man. But Wallace just pushes Hailie Deegan and makes Sage Karam also go off the track there. Bubba Wallace, not sure exactly where he was thinking of going there. Hailie Deegan comes to a full stop. Not exactly sure why that is. Looks like they thought Ross Chastain was going to come back on the track. That's why they came to a full stop. So we're going to take one last look at this incident here. So the 14 and the 6. Heavy hits with the wall. Let's see. So the 6 just going in for the turn. Gets left hooked. He gets left hooked there. He catches some air there. Oh man, just heavy impact with that outside wall. Just complete concrete, by the way. Not safer barrier. So let's see if we can... So there's the speed on the top of the screen. Near the center. Goes in, gets passenger side. They're just about 80 miles per hour. Ross Chastain comes in almost head on with that concrete wall. Gets clipped and oh yeah, pretty much head on with that wall. That is at about 50 to 60 miles per hour, somewhere in that range. The heavy hits for those guys. That is going to take some guys out of this race for sure with that incident. I'm going to go down and take a look at that. So we have the number 6 involved in that accident. That's Chris Buescher. Out of the race, he will finish 37th. Chris Rebel got 38th. Eric Jones going to finish 39th. And Ross Chastain finishing 40th after all those incidents there. So that was between two teammates. Chris Buescher and Ross Chastain being teammates. And the whole order here has just been mixed up. I guess the 12 did not pit. Yeah, no, the 12 stays out. So 12 stayed out. As for everyone else, Alfredo Hamlin came out ahead of Kevin Logs. I'm not sure if Mike Snyder gets to keep that position there. No, he does not. Things really mixing up. We got 5 to go here on the stage. So 5 to go before the next caution that we know of. And we're back to green here. Ooh, Ross Chastain, or Mike Snyder goes wide there. We got the worn tires. So actually, Josh Berry's in pit road right now. Not sure what's going on there. See what's gonna go on here. Those worn tire, I don't know if they might be on the same set of tires, but Joey Logano is on left field on them. So back here coming Logs under attack by Daniel Suarez. Kevin Logs is gonna get churned into the tire barrier. Goes Kevin Logs, hard hit for Kevin Logs and Ryan Blaney. Caution, likely going to come out here with this hit. Huge, major impact for these two. Racing for a top spot and a chance at the win. Ryan Blaney, Kevin Logs. top qualifiers, and both of them. So you see, once again, this spot is just so dangerous. Where the outside tries to come in and get ready for the next corner, outside and the inside is continuing to just try to keep that momentum by sweeping out a little bit more, and they just connect sometimes when they're going through here. So hard impact here for Kevin Logs into the tire barrier at 80 miles an hour. And that is head-on impact. That's race over for the 39. Ryan Blaney here, also hard impact. Turns him. He's able to slow down to about 60 miles per hour before hitting Kevin Logs and then getting sent to the tire barrier. Just out of momentum. About 55 miles per hour into the tire barrier. Hard hit for Ryan Blaney. Should be race over for Ryan Blaney. That is, yes, the end of the race there for the 39 and the 29. So, David Dawn Motorsports. Not looking so hot. 3 drivers have been taken out of the race so far. The next they got, the last one they have here is Alex Bowman. Yep, so here comes Joey Logano to pit road. About everyone else should stay out. Oh, here comes Jordan Taylor gonna pit. Carson Osvar is gonna join them, but Wallace and Josh Berry, who is a lap down. Take a check on our fastest lap. Still number 14, Ross Chastain. That's going to help him a little bit with that being out of the race. He's got a pretty quick lap time. I don't think we're going to see a driver beat that. So we'll come back to green. We're only going to have a green-white checkered here for the stage. flag is out. It's going to be 2 to go for the stage. And can Anthony Alfredo keep that lead? Denny Hamlin is second. Danny Suarez third. Those have really been the top 3 of this race. The ones that are still in the race. So we're coming up to our slow section, the hairpin, the uphill hairpin. Ty Gibbs making a move back there up front. Nothing really too much happening. Ty Gibbs is going to advance a position to get that 6th position there over Tyler Reddick. Alex Bowman is looking to the inside of Maya Snyder. Maya Snyder is going to try to close that door. And here they come to the line. It's going to be the white flag. Don't have a wreck, so we're going to take that we're going to take the white flag and we're going to take the checker flag. Let's see into that final corner. Checkered flag comes out. Stage winner looking to be Anthony Alfredo. And that's just going to be about a 20-lap race to the end. So the white flag top 3 not going to be able to make too much moves. Tyler Reddick trying to take the position back from Ty Gibbs. That's about it going on. What we got further back? That battle for the last position in points. Looks like Alba's going to take it. Seth Heyman's trying to make his way back up back there also. But 7th, 6th, 7th are looking at a battle here. I think it's going to go to Tyler Reddick. He's got the inside. We're going to watch Anthony Alfredo will come across with the stage win. Going to the 6th position is going to be Tyler Reddick. Max Verstappen gets that last position in the stage points. Oh. So caution is going to be out at the line this time. come around to finally take the green flag here. And it's going to be just under 20 laps. Green flag is about to back out in the air for Denny Hamlin. And here comes Daniel Suarez down to the inside of turn number 1. He is going to not be clear, but he's going to be side by side for that lead entering turn 2 on the outside. Gets the momentum. He's going to almost be clear. He is going to not. Denny Hamlin's going to keep side by side out of turn 3. But Daniel Suarez looking like he's going to get that lead here, entering the slower section of this track. See the inside. See how well the inside does here. It's gonna. Now he's clear. He is clear. Daniel Suarez is your leader here at Canadian Tire. Behind for the 4th position, Tyler Reddick on the inside of Alex Bowman. Here comes Ty Gibbs trying to just follow his way through. How about Matt DiBenedetto here? He has moved up. He has come up to 9th. Even though this may be because of pit strategy, he's up to 7th now. And Anthony Alfredo just making his way up. He is now up to the 8th position. Suarez trying to pull away from Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin trying to keep up with him, while the rest are in a pack further behind. Almost just over a second and a half from Daniel Suarez. And over a second to a second place, Denny Hamlin. And here's Anthony Alfredo on the bumper of Matt DiBenedetto. I'll take a look back here. It's Jordan Taylor in last position right now. Actually, no, Riley Herbst is way behind. Down the long straightaway. Daniel Suarez. Pretty good lead over Denny Hamlin, and then they are just gone from everyone else. Denny Hamlin is doing a great job at catching him here in the later part of the track. Oh, caution. Caution is out. Oh, this section might be for Kyle Busch. Is that a completely different section of the track that he spins on? Yes, he gets spun out here in exiting the slowest section of the track. Looks like kind of a 3 wide situation. Noah Gragson has his nose in right there on Kyle Busch, and Bubba Wallace is on the inside of Noah Gragson there, and just Kyle Busch trying to come back onto the track, not able to. Gets turned the concrete. Well, not too bad for Kyle Busch. Didn't necessarily need to be a caution there, but we're under caution anyways. So we're going to be coming around. This will be 15 to go when they cross the line. We're going to be going back to green just before 10 to go. it's going to be 13 laps to go once we get the green flag here. Daniel Suarez is out in the lead. looks like field strategy comes down to the win. Does 20 have enough to hold on? The 91, no. Gragson is second. Third is Anthony Alfredo. Fourth place, Rambo Stevenson. Fifth place, Tyler Reddick. As we come down the long straightaway, at this point with enough, if he has enough fuel to make it to the second to last turn, he is definitely the winner here. This will be win number 2 for the 20 of South Heyman. So he'll come around the third to last corner, come to the second to last corner. And through the last corner here, the 28, Seth Heyman win number 2 on the season. Win at Canadian Tire. Second place is going to come to Noah Gragson. Third place will be Anthony Alfredo. Fourth place, Andrew Stevens. Will Rogers manages a 6th place finish, so field strategy really came into effect. Denny Hamlin only able to get the 13th. Alex Bowman 17th. Daniel Suarez got stuck with a 19th. Looks like you just had to pick the right strategy to make it to the end. That'll be number 2 in the season there for the 28. So go through the leaderboard real quick here. Show you exactly where everyone finished. So the top 30 finished on lead lap. 30 went down a lap due to probably a mechanical failure. They were in pits for a while. 33, not quite sure what happened there. Everyone else DNF'd here. Alright, we'll see you next week as they take on the rest of the season. Oh, and out of fuel. Out of fuel there. So it really did. Really was close. Bunch of cars run out of fuel here.